Today, I'd like to share with you out of my experience, strength, and hope. When I first came to Jesus towards the end of 1979, I had already been diagnosed as having bipolar disorder. I'd been in the mental hospital several times, and I was told that this was incurable and that I would be on medication for the rest of my life. Well, that's what the doctors said, but it's not what happened and what Jesus said. He said that by his stripes we are healed. So I'd like to share with you some things about my experience, things that strengthened me and gave me hope, and that's in the Word, as always. I found that my answers come through my quality time with the Lord in prayer and in studying and understanding the Word and applying it to my life. So here are a few verses that I used in my healing. Let's start with 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. It's a well-known verse. Not everybody knows it, but a lot of people have quoted it. And it says that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Well, I definitely needed a sound mind back then, still do. We always need a sound mind, but what does it mean? Well, looking at the concordance and also looking over in the New International Version, I found that the word sound is referring to disciplined. So in other words, we need to discipline our thoughts. We can't just let them stray and think about whatever and fantasize. And if we really want truth and reality of what's really going on in our lives and in this world, then we're going to have to change our focus. Excuse me, that itch, so hope you didn't mind that I took a scratch break. So anyhow, back to a few more verses. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 4 and 5 say, "The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ." So this is talking about putting his word into our mouths, into our hearts, into our eyes, looking at the word, meditating on it, understanding it, prayerfully considering what it means, and being a doer of the word and not a hearer only, lest we deceive ourselves. Another verse I wanted to share with you along these same lines is Romans 12:2. Again, another often quoted verse, but I wonder how many of us really think about what it means, understand it so we can apply it to our lives. And it says, "Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you're able to prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." He doesn't have three wills. His will is good, it's acceptable, and it is perfect. So we need to find his will by doing what this verse says. So what does it mean to be conformed to this world? Think about it. Understand what it means to be conformed to this world rather than being transformed as we renew our mind to what is written in God's Word. In 2006, I published a book in paperback called God Can Heal Anything. It's a longer form of my testimony of what God has done for me. It's now been over 30 years since I've been off medication for mental illness. They had me on lithium. And then for lithium, for the side effects of lithium, they gave me Cogentin, which also had more side effects. So I hated that and I wanted off, and I found the way. Jesus is the way. He's the truth and the life. And there's no other way to the Father but by him. So come to Jesus. Have a long talk with him. Some people say in a song that went a long time ago, went like this, just a little talk with Jesus. Well, I found I need more than just a little talk with Jesus. I need a long talk. I started writing as therapy. Excuse me again. And I began to pour out my heart to him with Dear God letters. And as I was doing that, he began to speak to me and tell me things I needed to know. I needed to get it off my chest, not have it all clogged up in here and all those memories and concerns and cares of the world that we're to cast upon him. And that word care that we're to cast upon him is actually referring to distractions according to the original language. Cast all of your distractions upon the Lord, for he cares for you. If you're interested in my paperback or ebook, God Can Heal Anything, check out Amazon. It would put my name there in the search box. You'll find all of my 58 ebooks. I have 4 paperbacks that you can get from me directly. You can write to me at Boise, number 4, Jesus at yahoo.com. That's Boise, B-O-I-S-E, the number 4, Jesus at yahoo.com.